My name's Barry Bull. I'm sure we all know each other from Toombul Music, and in a few minutes he and I are going to have a bit of a talk, and I'd like you to welcome Tommy and give him a great big Toombul welcome. But Tommy Emmanuel is a great Australian. He's been a friend of mine for probably 20 years. He's probably done as many promotions with me here at Toombul over the years, and we've become good friends. I got him out of bed recently and spoke to him in Rome when I was doing my live broadcast on radio the other night, and he was very willing to do that, and to come here and get off a plane, it's really super. So I want you to give him a great welcome, and I'd like you to support him by buying his CD. This is his new CD. It's called Endless Road. It's probably his best ever, and I've been part of every Tommy's CD launch. We've done a promotion here at Toombul, and probably you guys have been here to see him as well. Here he is. Would you please give a true blue Aussie welcome to Tommy Emmanuel?
Hey Baz, you're looking pretty sharp for a fella your age.
Well, mate, half your age. What do you expect? Mate, welcome back. It's great to see you again. And I was just telling all the fans and folks here that you just got off a plane. We've just repaired your guitar.
Yeah.
And here you are on stage.
Yeah, but, I play Maiden guitars, which are made here in Australia. And you just can't stop those things.
They're fantastic, aren't they? They're great company.
Good. I've got a couple here. And I'm picking up some new ones this week coming. So
are you really?
I'm looking forward to
Well, another great Australian company.
There you go.
Mate, we spoke on the phone the other night, and you were in Rome or Italy, and we did a live broadcast on 4BC. And it was great talking to you. And
Thank you.
Where were you?
I was at a place called Chisone di Valmarino, which is about an hour north of Venice. And each year I have a guitar festival there. And what I do is I teach during the days, and then we have concerts in the evening. And then on the last night, I pick the best of the students, and then we all jam together at the end. And then all the ones who are fairly raggedy but have their heart in it, I get them all up as well. And we finish the night with Johnny Be Good, and everybody gets to have a play and a sing and a dance, and it's a lot of fun.
Mate, you were saying to me before that when you leave here, you're doing the muster tomorrow.
Yeah,
and then you're a bit of promo work in Australia, and then you're back to Europe, Canada, UK, I know.
I'm actually, my first show is back in Nashville in the United States. That'll be not next week, the week after. And then I start a tour starting in Winfield, Kansas, which is a big bluegrass festival, goes for 4 days. And I play on a stage there to about 12,000 people twice a day. It's incredible. And then I go down to Texas. And I've just done California and the East Coast. I played at B.B. King's in 42nd Street. I remember the first time I played at B.B. King's Club in New York City. I was walking down 42nd Street, and there was my name up in lights, and I rang my mother back up. She used to live in England. My mum passed away just this past October. However, when I look down at the veins in my hands, I see she's still here. But I remember I was standing there on 42nd Street, and I looked up, and there's my name in lights, and I rang my mum on the phone. I said, "Hey, Mum, guess where I am?" And she said, "I don't know." And I said, "I'm in New York City. I'm on 42nd Street, and my name's in lights." And she said, "Have you got something nice to wear?" So, isn't that Mum's?
Tommy, you told me a lovely story just earlier, because talking to you on the phone the other night, you're very much into life, about how important your music is to people. When you get to a certain stage of your life, you realise that, as we were talking before, it's not just about money, but it's about helping other people.
It's only about...
And you told me a lovely story about, as we were talking about Slim Dusty's passing, who was a friend of both of ours, about Jimmy Rogers. Would you mind just sharing that story with us?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've always been, not a lot of people know this about Jimmy Rogers, or even probably most of you wouldn't know who he is, but he's like the father of country music, really. And his career went from the early 20s until 1933. But the thing that inspired me about him is the fact that he knew he was dying of tuberculosis, and felt that it was important. His music was so important that he spent his last energy recording. He caught a steam paddle ship up the Mississippi, got a train to the East Coast, and then got another train up to New York City, checked himself into a hotel, got into the studio, and he had a bed brought into the studio. And he would record a song, had enough energy to record one song, then he'd hop back into bed and go to sleep, get up and do another one. And the moment he finished the last song, he went back to the hotel, and there he died. So there's a man who's spent his last bit of energy recording his music and getting his music to the world, and that to me is a great inspiration.
I think it's a great story, folks. What do you think?
Yeah. Jimmy Rogers.
Well, mate, about the album, because that's why we're here. You're going to play some songs, you know, obviously.
I don't know how you can afford me, Baz, really.
It's taken a while. We sort of put it on time payment, you know, put a deposit down and pay it off.
Exactly.
Every 3 years you're here. Endless Road, Tommy. It's a
Endless
great
Road.
album. You know,
Thank
a
you.
lot of the songs you've written yourself, and of course
Yeah.
there's a great Jerry Reed piece.
Oh yeah, Today Is Mine, which has a beautiful message. There's a version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow and also Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, yeah.
And these are two songs that I'd been playing in my show for a long time, and so many people said, you know, why don't you record these songs? And so I always listen to the public. I always listen to people who support me, come along and always have something to say. It's usually always positive too.
Yeah.
But
Well, the market tells you the best, doesn't it?
well, absolutely. You've got to listen to the people that you're playing to, and you know, whenever I'm teaching young people, I always ask them the question: what is it that you try to achieve when you go out on stage to play? And they usually say, "Oh, well, to have a good time or to entertain the people." I say, what you want to hear is everybody coming up to you at the end of the night saying, "When are you coming back?" That's what you're aiming at, you know, because in life we all need something good to do. We all need a gig, and so you know you got to get out and give it your best every time to make sure that you can come back.
Well, I know you wouldn't have any trouble, but one of the things you probably had some trouble with was the passing of Chet. Of course, was your mentor.
Chet Atkins,
Yeah,
yeah.
Chet Atkins, because one of his songs is
I
on
still
this.
feel his presence, you know. And in fact, on this album, there's a song on here called Chet's Ramble, and it was June 30th, 2002, which was a year to the day after his passing. And I got up early in the morning. I was at my home in England, and I went down to my office and I put on a CD of his music, and I thought to myself, how can I celebrate his life in a great way today, rather than mourning his passing? And so I found the box of tapes that we'd been sending each other when we were writing songs for our album called The Day Fingerpickers Took Over the World, and there were some songs that we didn't finish. And so I thought, what better way to celebrate his life than to write a song with him after he's gone? So I found this little melody, and I wrote a second part to it, and then I did what I would. I used all the tools that I learned from him, like putting a key change in the song, keeping the chords interesting behind the melody if the melody is repetitive, and things like that. And I did every trick I knew to make this song interesting, and that's how it came out.
It's a great song, mate.
Thank you.
Well, we better do some work. I thought we'd have a talk because all your fans here, most guitar players, love your music,
Thank you.
as I do. We all adore what you're doing.
Thank you, mate.
And I think we don't get a chance really to welcome an Australian hero back, and it's lovely to talk to you and chat.
Thank you, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in celebrating the music of Mr. Tommy Emmanuel?
Thank you, man. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Tommy Emmanuel.
I got my guitar out and played on the flight. I went up to the galley area where they were putting all the food together, and had all the ladies singing Waltzing Matilda. It was good fun at 35,000 feet.
mate. I sure would hate to see you when you're not jet lagged.
Hi Baz, always a pleasure to speak to you, and thank you so much for all your support over the years, and I'm proud to call you my friend, and you're a great Australian. God bless you and keep up the good work. Try to look happy, Baz.
Always happy around you, buddy.